And we're gonna pivot and talk some fights here. Let's get it.
Keep him fighting this next one. This next fight was entertaining as fuck, man, especially considering the flyweight division. We got Jeff Molina minus 155, who I remember his last fight, he impressed the fuck out of us. He
Yeah,
kind of came
me
out of left
too.
field. We were kind of saying put some respect on his name. And, fighting Daniel Da Silva, making his debut. Vegas had Molina at minus 155, Da Silva plus 135 in the flyweight division. So, and they were kind of hyping this Da Silva guy,
Yeah, they were hard.
Another example, they kept trying to which is it's smart business on their part because they have to make it seem like these guys are worthy of being in the UFC, or else it kind of hurts the overall brand of the UFC. So I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong by hyping up these newcomers, but I'm saying this fight, you could argue again, was to introduce Da Silva.
I feel like it was too. And then, in the other aspect, he came off of a Contender Series fight contract, and I'm pretty sure those are usually 2-fight contracts. So we had seen him on his first fight. Looked great back in April against Ali Keelang, and that was on the Usman Masvidal 2 card.
That's right. Yep, it was that card. Yep.
So, looked really good. Got that unanimous decision, but, man, last night, was in full force.
Yeah, and in round one, round one kind of crazy, a frantically paced round. I mean, everything you love about the flyweight division. People talk about what the flyweight division doesn't have, but what it does have is the first round of this fight. Like, if you want to answer the question, like, what's the point of the men's flyweight division? Like, this first round would be some great tape to put on. Just an insane pace that even I don't think many bantamweights could keep up. I mean, it was frantic.
It was wild.
Because it was essentially Molina on top. However, Da Silva was throwing up 1.5 million different subs, having some success. Obviously, none the ultimate success. Doesn't find the submission finish, which essentially results in Molina being on top for most of the round. Landed some pretty decently big shots while avoiding these. I mean, sub after sub after sub. So I mean, while it was very competitive and just super entertaining round, I do think Molina came out smelling like roses 10-9, but just a fun-ass round.
Yeah, I felt like Molina looked super crisp, and the action between them, like you were talking about, the pace was just unbelievable. Even with the sub attempts, even on the ground, the pace was crazy.
Yes.
Molina did a good job to avoid the arm bars while still throwing in damage. And at the end of the round, man, I thought he started tagging Da Silva. Da Silva, not D Silva. I always want to call him D Silva because of Douglas.
Yeah, that's our homie.
I thought that, not that he was hurt or anything at the end of the round, but I think it kind of put in perspective for Da Silva, I just got cracked at the end of that round. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, and I guess to summarize it better than I did a second ago, it was Molina's ability to still have offensive output while maintaining a high level of defense, and especially the two mixture of the thing. It wasn't like he was defending a sub and then attacking a sub of his own to keep his striking offense while implementing grappling defense simultaneously. It was like fucking rubbing your head and patting your stomach, man. It was just so, I don't know, it was impressive because usually those submissions, those guys throw them up not necessarily with the intention of ending the fight, but to kind of halt the aggression and maybe change the position. And Molina just, like I said, was able to kind of have his cake and eat it too and defend the submissions while still maintaining the damage and the output and the striking on the ground and pound. It was impressive. You don't see it every day. And then in the second round comes out, I mean, obviously every round starts on the feet, and Molina just starches him with the right. 30 seconds in, I mean, it just started the round.
Maybe even a little less.
Yeah.
Because
right
Peterson let Da Silva get beat on for a while, man. I was like, whoa. He was just letting him eat shots like it was the street. Molina was standing over him just literally left, right, throwing hooks to the sides of his head.
Could have been stopped on the initial, drop.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That was a flash KO, essentially.
Right. So I was like, damn, you're going to let him try and fight out of a flash KO for 20 seconds? That's pretty brutal, Keith Peterson.
Yeah, especially considering it was Da Silva's debut. It's not like it's one of these guys with a legendary chin and we've seen this story before.
Or potentially his last fight on his contract, so give him a shot to go on his shield.
Yeah, there's kind of these kind of unwritten rules where things kind of get let on. Yeah, I guess you could say Peterson had no reason, no precedent to let it go on a little longer than it should. I guess I'll take that over an early stoppage. But this was one of the, if they would have stopped it on the initial drop, would not have heard any complaints from me. But yeah, 46 seconds is the official time. Technical knockout for Jeff Molina. Just continues to impress, man. I mean, low on the card, working his way up, I guess you can say, and just I mean, that was an impressive, like I said, another kind of spoil the party kind of win. Granted, he was a Vegas favorite, but I mean, the theme of these first three fights was, the veterans, even though Molina's still a young fighter himself, but just the guys spoiling the debuts essentially was the theme of the first couple of fights.
Yeah, man. And like last night, they tweeted out the bonuses, right? And which kind of messed up. I'm kind of on his side for this, and I'll explain it once we kind of get into them all, once they're all announced. But they just put the crying face emoji on it. And I was like, yeah, you probably do deserve one, Jeff Molina.
Yeah,
like, it was an impressive fight.
It was impressive. It really was. There was some other very impressive ones. That's funny. I have another bone to pick of a bonus that should have been handed out. That's different from even that one. So I guess it does indicate that this card was exciting. If there's like multiple different guys that we think are bonus worthy.